salmon. We had a little
We know how
and
we know how you got it.
His wife made sweet potatoes. I did little fingerling potatoes. Hi, Lou Albanese. Hi, Anita Anderson. Hello, Calvin. How is everybody doing? I missed you all yesterday, but it looked like you had a gangbuster show yesterday.
Wait, Lou Albanese, you rat little bastard. You said hello to Suki. You're not saying hello to me? Lou Albanese? I'll come over to Fox and knock you out, Lou. You forgot me, didn't you, Lou? You forgot me. It's fine. It's fine.
Ooh, Anastasia Trainer Knowles in the house. I like it.
Who's that?
Who's that? Is that wife? Chris Knowles' wife.
Oh, I thought she was related to Beyonce Knowles, Souk. I thought we had Beyonce somebody in the house.
Lou Albanese is laughing. Deborah Hannon.
Yeah.
Hello, missed you, Suki, yesterday. Thank you. Debbie Hollinger back in the house. Evelyn Martinez signing on. Hello, everyone. Guys are welcome. Cleanna D'Agostino. Nice to see you.
Souk, we missed you. We missed you the last two nights.
It was kind of our dry run for the TLC launch. And I was super, super excited. And when you're just starting a job, you just can't be late.
No, I don't.
You can't be like, hold on for a second. I got to do another thing. And plus, you had like Chaz Palmentieri. You had big guests, big guests. You don't need me anymore. You're good. You're good. You are gigantic. You're on the controls right there.
You saw who co-hosted last night. Phil Paz was in the house last night. Did you? Oh, you missed. I don't know if you got a chance to watch, but you missed Jim, who was the impressionist.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught him. His screen was a little blurry, but his voices, Soup, were dead on. It was amazing.
It was funny. It was funny. Good.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Let's see. There you go, Lou. Hey, Scott, how are you? Lou, I got your email, pal. You know what? I brought you into this world. I'll take you out. All right.
Lou knows who his favorite people are. He gets it. Thanks, Lou.
Soup, they forget. They forget about the good sportscasters they've worked with. It's fine. It's fine.
Listen, they never forget you because you're one of a kind. They broke the mold when they got you, Scotty. That's why now Facebook is finding us, and we're creating a new audience. We're creating a new buzz. I mean, it's that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear the big news today?
I love Scott more than Mary Lou. Hey, Louise. Mary Lou.
Chicks dig me, Sue. Chicks dig me. It's fine. I go with the flow.
He wants to be with Scotty, or that's what Scotty.
What's that song? I want to please you. I want to please you. The big news. A-Rod and J-Lo don't want to buy the Mets anymore, so couldn't get any investors.
Get out of here. Wilpons, it's over?
It's over, Johnny.
Did you hear about that famous quarterback and that reality star, Kristen Cavallari and Jay?
Yes, that would be Jay Cutler. Yes,
Cutler apparently parting ways.
Yes, because
I watched their reality show and I actually thought that, you know what, why would she call him lazy? He played in the NFL and earned like $160 million as a quarterback. Why would he be lazy?
Here's the thing, Souk. Yeah, Jay Cutler earned a lot of money, but he was always one of those weird guys, like with the media. He was very weird in the press conferences. And then, I know he wanted to become a broadcaster like every football player does. And then that didn't work out for him. And he tried to make a comeback. Didn't happen. And he's just hanging around. The guy's got more money than God. She's all over the place, right? She's very entrepreneurial.
Yeah, she's got this. She's got her own like jewelry line. She works at not Entertainment Tonight, the E! News channel. She does a lot of the celebrity red carpets and stuff like that. I don't know. Listen,
she's good looking. I like her. She's a good looking girl.
But I mean, you got two good looking people who earn a lot of money. I mean, can't they figure it out? And they got kids, can't you just figure it out?
Yeah. Well, there was speculation, and I read a couple of articles that it said in the court papers that there may have been a little foul play there on somebody's part, maybe a little extramarital, extracurricular activities. But listen, it is what it is.
And I wish them luck. I wish them luck.
Yeah. We wish them well, and we get Kristen Cavallari on your dating show on Sunday night. That's what I'm talking about.
Sexy, wouldn't that? I don't know if that would happen. Cleana D'Agancito said it's day 4,236 of quarantine. Thank God you guys are here for us.
Well, that's the title of our show, Souk. That's what it says on our show.
Enjoy.
Listen, you put out a couple of tweets today, you and TLC, right? Because you got your show, Finding Love Live, on Sunday night at 11 on TLC. That'd be the Learning Channel for folks who don't know.
It's really.
I saw some of the contestants in that promo, right? And I saw some
right, and you're like thinking to yourself, like, why are they having issues?
Yeah, I'm like, how come I'm not on the show? I'm available.
But this is not about having. You'd be fun in a little box. In fact, you are in a little box.
Yeah, I'm always in a little box.
Always in a little box. Me too. Always in a little. I tried to move to the bigger boxes, but it hasn't happened. But listen, I was. These are like questions that I find that are really, really interesting, because so many people, I think, because of what's happening, are trying to connect. I mean, I don't know about you, but my kids are like, Mom, I can't handle this anymore. Like, I haven't seen my friends in 6-7 weeks, and this is going to be going on for more than 6 or what? Why is he?
What's happening in the back, Suki?
I don't know.
Your human Roomba is on the move. Look at it. Suki, look at it.
A piece of broccoli.
What's happening back here?
There's the broccoli stock on the floor. He had to come back and get it.
Suki's got her own. She's got her own human Roomba.
That's coming back. The Roomba's coming back. Ready? It's coming back. I'm just gonna.
It's coming back through. Souk, listen, we'll get back to your we'll get back to your TLC show in a sec.
Oh yeah, what do you want to talk about? What would you like? First date? What do you think?
No, I want to go over those questions, but we got the great Joe Ganniscoli.
Oh yeah, let's get
on the Sopranos. Is joining us, and I believe he just arrived in the green room. He has had a spritz of seltzer, and he is ready to join us. Souk, say hello to the main man right there. Look at him,
Joe.
Hi, how are you? How you doing?
Souk, Joe, can we just call you Vito? Can we just call you Vito?
You can call me Vito, but my friends call me Joe.
How are you, pal?
What's going on? Long time.
Listen. We
Hi,
Souk.
How you doing, Joe? Always good to see you. Really nice.
Well,
it looks like the weather's nice out there. Look at that. The sun going down. Did you enjoy the day today?
Yeah, I was running around a little, but it was a nice day. It's a little nippy by the water.
Yeah. I wish I could be by the water. It'd be so calming. You know what I mean? Especially with all the stress around here.
It's been windy, so it hasn't been that calming, but it's a lot of people that come by to hang out and talk and put their they almost like tailgate, but they're all facing like each other in a circle.
Yeah.
And listen, Souk, the reason why I wanted to have Joe on, not only because he was on one of the greatest shows to ever be on TV, and we've had Vince Curatola on, Steve Sharippa's coming on the beginning of next week. And, it's one of my favorite shows. Joe was part of that, such a tremendous character that we're going to talk about in a second. But this guy, let me tell you what, Joe's been running around and he's basically going to nursing homes, going to hospitals, and he's feeding all the healthcare workers. And Joe, you're an amazing guy for getting that done. And B, I want you to tell me, how you doing this, where you've been, and what the response has been.
I started 6 weeks ago. I've done about 100 deliveries.
Wow.
Response has been always tremendous from everybody. They appreciate it. The food, they're always under the gun over there and they're terrified of what's going on. So, I started, my sister-in-law works at a hospital, labor and delivery at Southside and, South Nassau and Oceanside. My niece works in a,
there they are.
Yeah, runs a department. That's labor and delivery. Runs a department in Jacoby. So I wanted to help the restaurants in my neighborhood, and I wanted to feed the workers, all the frontliners, being the hospitals, nursing homes, police departments, fire departments, post office, sanitation, nursing homes. I don't know if I said that already.
Yeah.
But mostly hospitals. So I've been to about 100 different. That's a nursing home. That nursing home I did last night. My 104-year-old aunt Ida, got corona, and she beat it. She's getting released next week. I had no idea she was in there, so I said, you know what? I'm taking them. They were in Brooklyn. It's the Sheepshead Bay Nursing Home. So I get offers all the time. I try to do as many as I can. So I started with a goal of 1,000, then I went to 10, then 15, then 25. I'm at 27,000, and I want to keep going. So that's why people have donated from 5, 10, 15 to 5,000. And the only thing I take for myself is for the gas, because I order the food, pick it up, and deliver it.
Yeah.
But everything goes into buying the food and going right to the workers.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And Joe, you've got like a GoFundMe set up to get this done, right? I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. That's the GoFundMe address right there. Tell me what this money goes toward and how people can help you.
Well, the biggest help is donating. It goes to buying food. I go to breakfast tomorrow morning. I'm taking bagels. I buy IHOP pancakes, waffles, eggs, to some hospitals, to the post office. I try to get the guys in the morning because then they go out. Fire departments, they're volunteers, so they're not really in a firehouse. So I got them gift certificates. Today I delivered 50 to the Lynbrook Police Department, 50 $25 gift certificates to go to a pizzeria in the neighborhood so they can go when they can. And but mostly it's hospitals. It's been 11 at night. Sometimes I get the 6 o'clock shift, but usually lunchtime. So all the money goes to supporting the restaurants in the neighborhood that are struggling, and then taking the food. So I'm doing like 2 things at once, which is beautiful. And being a former chef, I have an affinity for restaurants.
Yeah, and you know how important it is when you're like, and so many first responders tell you when they're in the fight of their life and it's just coming at you constantly, that if they can just grab something and just to get some nourishment, to get more energy, to go back into the fight. It's so important. And we don't even realize all of those little things that we actually take for granted. So it's so important, as it starts stretching out. I mean, the initial wave and the initial response, people were going in, but now sustaining that wave of community, helping each other through food, through collections, whatever it is, that's the most important, because this is going to be a little bit longer than a lot of people expected in New York. The numbers still have not gone down as they had expected. So we have to really figure that out.
I don't envy being in the restaurant business because they're in for a long ride. And, when things sort of get back to normal, without having to do with the spacing, and people are going to feel comfortable going to restaurants, it's going to be tough on them. So a lot of them haven't even reopened, but the ones that have are struggling, and I want to do my part as best as I can and help those workers that are out there. And, I try to do 2 or 3 a day. I've been doing it for 6 weeks. My wife is a nervous wreck because, probably a good candidate.
Exactly.
But, like I said, I got my Padre Pio bracelet.
Padre Pio.
And I'm cautious. I always wear my mask, always use my hand sanitizer, and I never touch my face. And, just keep going. And hopefully I got.
How much money do you spend a day in terms of just getting food out, so people understand? $20, $10, it all goes into the pot, right?
I've spent $3,500 in a day with I got 5 department gift certificates and $1,000 order.
Wow.
So there's gift certificates for $2,300 and $1,000 for a lunch I was picking up, but it's enough for 170 people. It was 7 departments, 150 people, 7 departments. So it's usually around 500, 600, 700. The other day I was pissed. Yep. Okay.
This woman, Irene Fitzhugh, just wrote, my niece is the head of labor and delivery, and she knows and she appreciates all the help that they get. So this is across the board, because we've got viewers watching us from all parts of the country right now. So It's not just the tri-state and international too. So, you know, the call is really going out for us as a global community.
Listen,
Yeah,
before we continue, for the Jewish guy in the room, what's the Padre Pio of Petrocini?
Oh, good.
What's the Padre Pio? Yesterday at the Brooklyn nursing home, it was I don't know if it was a rabbi, but it was the Sheepshead Bay nursing home. And he was just thrilled to see me as anyone has ever been. And he was so happy that I was at the nursing home, wanted to take pictures and everything. So it was far-reaching, The Sopranos.
Yeah, no, it's great. Listen, we had we had Vince on, I think 2 weeks ago now. I can't keep track of the days, Joe. But we were talking to Vince about how the show still plays today, and especially with the quarantine, people are they're rewatching it. They're binging on it. And have you been a part of the Sopranos Con conventions at all? You doing all that stuff?
I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm a lone wolf, Scott. You know what I mean?
Now,
a couple of guys missed it. It was a little hectic. I had a feeling that it would be, and let's just say I passed on it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. And listen, talk about the show, because it's funny. Yeah. I see people on Twitter and social media, they're actually rewatching it and then they review the show. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I forgot episode 6, season 3, this happened and Johnny Sack was running here and Tony did this. I'm sure people come up to you and they must recite scenes and always talking to you about the show.
What's nice is that, number one, the show holds up. You know what I mean? It still looks fresh.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's aged. Secondly, a lot of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds that were kids when it went off the air, weren't even born yet. They weren't allowed to watch it when they were kids. Now they're in school, away. So you got a whole new slew of fans. And there was all the talk. Now it's been delayed. But in September, the movie was coming out, The Many Saints of Newark. So that was going to be cool. Now it's been delayed to like January 21. So we have a whole new mess of fans. And the show really, it's in a class by itself. I'm a little biased, I'll admit it. But there's been a lot of great shows. But nobody talked about those shows like The Next Day at Work, like they did with The Sopranos.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. Beginning of binge watching, it's the beginning of people would watch like a season when it all came out and, they'd watch all of it. Let me ask you one question. The one memory that sticks out to you that was like the one that you're like, what, or were there just too many memories to pick one? Like when you walk away and you feel good and it makes you smile.
The one memory for me personally was when I knew I had suggested, first of all, I was a different character the first year. A lot of fans know that I was a bakery customer trying to get bread, and Christopher throws me out of the bakery. So his name is Gino. And then they brought me back as Vito.
Yeah.
And then I approached one of the writers in like middle of season 3 or 4 and said, I'm reading a book about a character or a real guy that's gay, and I think it'd be interesting to do.
Wow.
Because I would have been just like sort of a background guy, and I wanted to really get try to do some real acting. For a Brooklyn guy, playing a gay guy is not an easy thing to do, but it happens and it's real, and they thought about it for quite some time before they actually did it. So when they told me that they were going to do it, was like life-changing for me, and that's the moment for me.
Yeah. And the fact,
go ahead, Sue. Go ahead.
Go.
No, I was going to say you and I, Joe, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I believe me, I was there every Sunday night. Your guy got knocked off in what season?
The beginning of probably episode 9 or 10 in the first part of the last season, which was 6. So I wound up doing 39 episodes. And I made it almost to the end. But that whole first season, that whole first part of season 6 was really, all that, there was so much of revolved around Vito. Mm-hmm. And if I wasn't in the episode, they were talking about me. So it was a great thing from being, just a small scene the first season to having like a major storyline is, you know, I'm just very proud of being part of, you know, the greatest show ever. I'm very lucky and very blessed.
When you read the script and you see you getting knocked off, and obviously you did make it through most seasons, and you're like, oh man, can't I stay on a little longer? Like Big Puss got knocked off right in the middle of everything, and I know he showed up to Tony in a few dreams, but you're done from the greatest show.
Well, two things. One is, you know, we never got the script, and so we had our moles that worked in like the crew, the sets. Set decorators and hair and makeup. They always got the screenplay first to see, you know, what they had to prepare for. So we would know, we would go to them, hey, what's going on this season? You know, this episode, am I going? And no, you're okay. And until one said to me, you're not going, but you got this scene with a security guard. And I thought he was, you know, pulling my leg. So that was true. And then when I found out that I was going, you know, I tried to talk my way out of it with David. You know, he listened for about 10 minutes. And then when I was done, he said, you're going. And that's what that was that. So I can't complain. It was a good run.
Yeah. But and the fact that you were able to take something from season 1 where you were somebody in a bakery and stretch it out the way you did. I mean, that's
a totally different character. I mean, it wasn't the same one.
Yeah.
I think I was really the only one that was a totally different name and small scene into what it evolved in. So
it's kind of
I was lucky.
Similar to news, you know, like, you know, when they're gonna get you,
when you're gonna get whacked,
whacked. You know, when it's over, Charlie, when it's going down, it's going down.
It's usually, Joe, after, you know, after a show. Hey, can you guys come up to my office? You know, one of those deals.
Hey, I want to talk to you. I want to talk.
Yeah, hey, can we talk to you?
I want to talk to you about that thing. Yeah.
You know that thing?
I'll say, Suk, we just had a great show. What can they possibly want to talk to us about?
So they love you. They love you. Come in here.
It's always a friend that does it.
Always
right.
Always a friend that shivs you in the back. And then
he's usually sitting in the back seat.
Yeah, in the back, right? They reach around and poof.
Cut you like this. You didn't even see it coming.
That's correct.
You know, the one thing, you know, I always ask guys who are involved in that show, Joe, you know, obviously working with Gandolfini, you know, his legend, obviously, and his legacy will always be, you know, one that's amazing, you know, A, because he was a great actor, and B, obviously, because he passed away at such a young age. But, you know, what would we, like we said to Vince, you know, it must have been so much fun for you guys to work together. And, you know, what was it like working with him?
Well, I always say it was like watching Mariano Rivera pitch the 9th inning, you know?
Yeah.
I got to see Mariano pitch the 9th and James Gandolfini act. And I wasn't really close to James, but he did stick out to me in several different ways. He came to my restaurant when I had it to do Meet the Fans when he was sick.
Wow.
He came to my wedding and spoke with his son, which was really cool.
Wow.
And he took me aside when I had that scene with the security guard. And he said, listen, if you're not comfortable doing this, we'll go talk to David. And I told him, no, you know, it's what I asked for. So I'll leave that into their judgment. So in those ways, he touched me a lot. But, you know, like I said, I wasn't close to him. But I had just the utmost respect for him. And, you know, I was blessed to be part of something that he made famous.
Yeah. He definitely, you know, he was the starring role of it all, like kind of like the center of the universe, and it just kind of all kind of evolved around it. And just him passing away as tragically as he did, you know, he was a gentleman, and he seemed like he was so soft-spoken and honorable in many ways, and he was really good to his cast members. So may you rest in peace. And his son is now older. It's so cute to see photos of him grown up, and, you know, hope he's doing all right. I think a lot of fans are rooting for him to be whatever he wants to be, a successful.
Yeah, well, he was gonna play a young Tony, right? In the new movie.
Well, he did play young Tony. And one thing about David Chase, I mean, if he doesn't think he could do the job, he's got a reputation and it's his work. And so he used him, and that's why everyone's looking forward to watching it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And listen, Joe, before we let you go, I know a lot of folks logged on in the last 10-15 minutes. I put the GoFundMe up there again. Just tell us, give us a recap of what you're doing and how folks can help you with this GoFundMe page to help you help out these healthcare workers.
Thank you, Scott. So I'm raising money. I've been doing it in about 6 weeks. I made about 100 deliveries. I'm ordering food from local restaurants where I live in Long Island, and taking it to workers, hospitals, nursing homes, sanitation, police department, fire department, unit, post office, and that's my goal. I want to do it for until the money runs out. Getting down to it again. I have a few more deliveries, and hopefully some money will come in. But that's my goal, is to just keep doing what I'm doing. I always say, why do you do it? Why do you do it? My wife is nervous. I'm out. I'm being exposed, which I said I'm careful. But I do it because I can. And I'm in this position to make a difference, and that's what I try to do.
And you know what? Giving back means so much. So we thank you. We thank you. It's like people like you, Joe, that are making a difference every day during this terrible time. And they call it Americans, and you're doing it, Americans, every day.
Well, I appreciate that, really. But you know what I mean? My hat's off to these people. I always think about 9/11 when everybody was running out of the building they were running in. And these people like working right amongst it. And so all I'm doing is just bring them food, and that's the least I could do.
Joe, we love you, pal. Can I just see the bracelet one more time?
It's Padre Pio.
My wife put it on me. She says, if you're gonna do this, you're wearing this.
Yeah.
So where am I?
Padre, I gotta get one of those. I gotta find one of those.
You can't get one of these. I got the last one.
Does it work on Jewish guys or no?
You can make an exception, but I got the last one. They don't make them anymore.
Oh, it's over?
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Johnny.
You're done.
I got a friend that says that no matter what you want, he always says, I got the last one. You can't get it anymore. They don't make it.
Unreal. Listen, Joe, we can only hope baseball comes back soon, my friend. Yanks, we're going to have a good season.
Hey, listen, I'm not too sure about, basketball's done. Hockey's probably done. Baseball, I'm not sure. But don't mess with my football. I'm looking forward to the Giants.
We're looking forward.
Unreal, man. Unreal. All right, my friend.
How do you think they're going to do football? Like how they're kind of trying to do baseball? What do you think?
Sports is a whole no different thing. It's just like, the restaurants almost, but so much bigger. I only hope when you're watching it, there's not many fans going to be in the stadium if they play. That if they score a touchdown, they just pipe in the cheer, because that'll make it feel like you're watching it,
Yeah, listen, if you're watching at home, you don't need fans at the stadium to make the home viewing experience. You know what I mean?
100%.
Put in some mannequins and pipe it in, and we're good at home.
Like they did in the Pride of the Yankees when Lou Gehrig was in the stand, they had cardboard cutouts.
Cardboard cutouts. I love it. Joe, listen, man, thank you so much for taking some time. We love you, pal.
Thank you for having me. Good seeing you, Scott. Suki, nice seeing you.
Great
pleasure. Thank you.
And we'll check back in on you and see how you're doing and how this is progressing. Don't go too far. We like to keep up with our guests, okay?
Please do.
All right.
All right, my man. Thank you, bud. Huh? Souk, what? I mean, listen.
We had Nurse Appreciation Day. We're really appreciating our first responders because we really understand what it takes to do this, especially in New York, where the numbers really aren't it's flattening, but it's not going down the way the governor wants to see it go down.
Yeah.
And people that are in the everyday fight, like he was saying, from sanitation, not only nurses, but, nursing homes, the people that live in the nursing homes, the people that just need something to brighten their day, keep them motivated, let them know other people believe in them. So many schools, including the school that my children belong to, all the kids are writing little notes and letters and motivation. So they can put in a book to say how much they appreciate it. I think it's all the little things that we need to do to come together.
you know, a lot of people, you sit around and you're like, man, what can I do? What can I do? Well, this guy's, you know, he's not saying what can I do. He's out there getting it done. All right, listen, let's switch gears. We got Stephen Clark's going to be coming up in just a little bit. He's you know, he was in our business. He's a broadcaster. He's also a singer, songwriter. So we're going to bring him. We're going to bring him in.
He's a morning show DJ too. He did a morning drive.
Yeah. Morning show DJ. He's a fantastic singer songwriter, and he's all set up to play. So we're going to bring him in just a bit. But Sook, you know, I got some memes for you on this day.
We need some memes. We need some memes.
We need to laugh.
We just said, look, Bill Slattery. Bill was in the hospital and he's back home. So we got to say, you know, thank you, Bill. I'm so glad that you're back and you're feeling good. You know, I'm really happy that you're safe, and that's the most important thing. And I know everybody around here.
Way to go, Bill.
We appreciate you, Bill Slattery, as always. Thank you.
All right, listen, let me see what we have here. Watch me work this screen, Suki. I'm working it here. Let's go here. We go here. All right, so let's see. Our first one, social distancing at the checkout at PetSmart, Suki. You see that? That's cute, right?
That's so funny. That's how school's going to be for the kids.
Isn't that great? Look at those. Anything with dogs, I'm in. You got me. Let's see what this one is. Life is short. Make sure you spend as much time as possible on the internet arguing with strangers about politics.
Can I tell you so much? At this point, I don't even care. I mean, you know what? Let's not talk about politics. Forget about it. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just move on.
It's wild. All right, hold on. Let me get back to it so I don't screw this up. Hold on. Got a couple more for you.
Like it?
All our dogs think we quit our jobs to spend time with them.
So true.
Our cats think we got fired for being the losers they always knew we were. Friggin' cats. I never liked cats, Suki. I'm allergic. You know, I don't like them.
I know. I'm allergic to cats too, but you know, they say the difference between dogs and cats is like cats, you got to earn their trust. It's one of those things. They won't show
Too much work.
Too quickly.
Hold on. I got one more for you. Bees reacting to the news of the arrival of the murder hornets. They're stocking up on toilet paper, Sue.
Can we talk about the murder hornets? Has anybody talked about these things?
We talked about talked about it last night. It's insane. The murder hornets. But listen, I got news for you. I saw a video today of a praying mantis beating the crap out of a murder hornet. The praying mantis. You know how a praying mantis, after they mate with the male, they eat its head off, right? Much like many women we know. But I saw today the praying mantis was beating the crap out of that murder hornet. So listen, if you want, put some praying mantis around your house and you'll be fine.
What the hell? But where they came from? Where did they come from?
Can you imagine? The murder hornet. It flew across the friggin' Atlantic, Luke.
No, you know where it came in from, all the containers and all the crap that we get from China.
It's unreal.
You know,
Suki, listen.
D'Agostino goes like this. What's next? The locusts? Yes.
Yeah. We got locusts coming.
The locusts, they're all coming.
Suki, if I told you 10 years ago, like if we were in 2010 and I said, Suki, in 2020, we are going to have a virus that shuts down the world, a pandemic that shuts down the world. They're going to close everything, schools, blah, 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 blah. Not only that, Suk, but we're also going to have something called the murder hornet, which is this big yellow thing which just paralyzes people. And
they just come in and they're going to come in and they're just going to take you down, Scotty. They're just going to, they're going to crush you and they're going to move you.
Unbelievable.
Remember that lady from Greece when she's doing the announcements and then she's like,
yeah,
rough them up. That's what I think about the murder.
Yeah.
And then the principal's like looking at her like, okay.
If you can't be an athlete, at least be an athletic supporter. I remember that.
Remember, like, you'd make all those stupid jokes about athletic supporters. You'd be like, joke strap.
Oh my God! All right. Well, listen. Before we bring, I know Stephen Clark is in the green room. He's getting a massage. He's drinking a beer right now.
Oh, he's drinking a beer.
He's drinking a beer. I think we got some Coronas in the green room. Hold on. I got one or two more things to show you.
All right.
If I can work the screen again. Got some funny stuff.
Kevin Jordan said murder hornets. Okay, I'm a country boy. I'm gonna get the heck out of this one.
Yeah. No, this is wild. All right. So here's one more with dog Souk that'll make everybody happy. Watch what's going on here. All right. You got the dogs. They're doing a photo shoot. The cat's not paying attention. Watch this. Watch what this guy does. Watch. Just watch. They're trying to get everybody in line to take a picture. Look, watch.
Oh my God, is that amazing?
Watch this. He brings him over. He's looking. Watch. Look. Gets him into his spot.
Wow.
Look.
God, look at
How great is that?
Did that really happen?
Yeah. That was there.
Is that a video out of China?
Oh my goodness. That's funny, right? And then wait, there was one more I wanted you to see before we get to Steven.
Murder hornet, Scotty.
Hey, I got a murder hornet for you.
Going in there and getting all what's that?
Yeah. Oh, you know what I wanted to hit you with? We got Will Presley with Quarantine Confessions. You ready for one of those?
Wait. Cleanna D'Agostino has a joke for us. Why is an athletic supporter like a bag of chips?
Why?
Because you always open it when it's half empty.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Souk, you missed a good weatherman spot last night. Good one.
Was it a good one?
Oh boy, illusion. We had it all. Hold on. Let's do a little quarantine confessions with our guy Will Presty here.
All right.
There we go. Oh, let me go back. There we go. Take it away, Will. Don't freeze on me now, Will.
There's a lot of sheets per roll.
Wait, come on, Will.
Hey guys, it's Will, and today I'm hooking you up with quarantine alternatives. In this episode, what do you do when you run out of toilet paper? Let's hit the office to find out. Number one, Post-its. There's a lot of sheets per roll. They're very colorful. However, they are a bit small. The adhesive part tends to lead to some unwanted hair removal, and once you run out, there's really no way to remind yourself to buy more. Number two, medical exam gloves. We might not be able to travel, but with one of these babies shoved up your ass, you'll feel like you're at the airport in no time. Number three, your 2020 fitness goals, because, not happening. Number four, cash. No one's touching this stuff right now. My mom told me to take out all my money for an emergency. Meanwhile, I got strippers turning me down. Because, yes, I go to strip clubs when there's a national crisis. Number five, to-do lists from your significant other. Hang shelf above TV, clean diffusers, organize closets. Why would I spend this much time straightening up an apartment that nobody's going to see for months? You do one big cleanup when the quarantine's lifted, nobody knows the difference. Clean shit up. You can say that again. I'll be back soon with some more quarantine alternatives. See you
then.
Oh boy.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh boy, Will.
We've all been there when the toilet paper has run out.
Oh yeah.
What have you done?
I use the roll, Souk. I go cardboard roll. What do you want me? What do you want me to do? How about Souk? How about this? And Stephen Clark is waiting. He'll legitimize our show in just a second. When you go into the bathroom, right? You got to go real bad. But you see, there may or may not be enough toilet paper left on that one roll, and there's no extras in that bathroom. You're like, do I go for it? Do I not go for it? What am I going to do? And more often than not,
you go for it.
You're up Schitt's Creek. No pun intended. All right, let's bring the man in. Here he is. Oh, look, he's got the fireplace.
Minimizing us like that. Look what it just happened.
I was out on the lake a couple minutes ago, but then the murder hornets, you started talking about, and I said, hell, then I'm getting inside.
Look at this vibe you created for us, Steven. This is amazing.
Hotter than hell right here, too.
So, Stephen, yeah, you are pretty close to that flame, Steve.
Yeah, exactly. So it kills the virus.
Stephen Clark, you're coming to us from Detroit, Michigan at this particular time, right?
I am. I have a place here, and I have a place in Nashville, Tennessee. But Nashville is shut down, and when Nashville is shut down with music, there's really not much else going on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
might
Wow.
as well come back here.
Suki, do you hear his voice, Suki? It's
do.
it's pure perfection. It's perfect.
Scotty, you know that Stephen and I, when I was a young cub reporter in New York City, Stephen was the big head honcho anchor, the main 6 and 11 guy at Channel 2 and CBS. And Stephen was always gracious and kind, his lovely wife, his 2 kids. And Stephen made his way, to Detroit, where how long were you on TV in that location too, Stephen?
I retired here 2 years ago after about 17 years. So I left New York, spent like a year or so on the road and did some stuff. And then I ended up in Detroit. Our old boss, Bill Carey, had left CBS too and moved to Detroit. And so he kept calling me. So you got to come to Detroit.
Look at
and
that.
I said, who comes to Detroit?
You.
All right. Hey, by the way, Sukanya, I have a memory for you, Sukanya. Do you remember this moment? You used to live on Central Park West, right?
Yeah.
Over there, kind of on the west side off Central Park. And you had a party one night while they're blowing up the balloons for the Thanksgiving parade.
Yeah.
And you introduced my 9-year-old daughter to vodka.
Nice.
You swear it was an accident. You apparently you set your glass of vodka down next to my daughter's glass of water, and she took a big sip of your drink, and her eyes got really big.
Listen, how old? This is the craziest thing. I mean, his kids were like little girls, like kind of like what my children are. And then I see pictures of Hillary, and I'm just like, wow, my head is like, wow, what time go by that quickly, Stephen? Did that really happen? And why
that really happened?
Younger. I don't understand.
Yes, so he looks younger than us.
Oh my God.
Hey, I appreciate that after I've got like 42, 3, 4 years in broadcasting. So I survived it. I'm a survivor.
You are a survivor.
Steve, well, Sue, listen.
You went to morning radio, didn't you, for a bit?
Yeah, I left the TV station here in Detroit, and I had absolute full intentions of going and spending more time at my place in Nashville, working on my second career that's been like bubbling in the background for years. And I got a call from this guy that runs a bunch of the CBS intercom stations in Detroit, and he calls me in and says, "Hey, I want you to do our morning show on radio." And I said, "I haven't done radio since like 1975." And he says, "Hey, we'll have fun. We'll do the thing." So I did 2 years, and it was fun, except for the whole getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning thing. That was fun.
Tell me about that, Stephen. You can tell me.
Yeah, wait, 4 o'clock. That's late. That's like a vacation.
Well, I know you TV guys. Well, you had to get makeup and stuff. I didn't even shave. I stopped shaving. You can see I stopped combing my hair.
Beautiful. Well, listen, Suk, Steve, he's got this song right now on YouTube that's picking up a lot of steam because as I told you, he's an amazing songwriter. He's doing some singing. He's going to do some stuff for us in a sec. But I promised I was going to play his song. It's like crazy on YouTube right now because it's about what's going on right now. And I took a look at it before. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna pop it up. I'm gonna play it, and then we'll come back and we'll talk like like they always say, we'll talk on the other side.
You're not glad.
All right, here it is. Drink Today. Popping it on.
Here we go.
I drank today.
So did I.
Drink today.
I drank today.
I drank today.
I drank today.
Started losing track of the days of the week, the hours in the day.
I can't remember if it's April out there and it just turned to May.
I watched Tiger King on Netflix, 7 hours flushed down the drain.
Cut my own hair in the kitchen and I drank today.
Color is a red and the crack of noon, moved on to Bud Light and a quart of tea. Polished up a 6-pack and a half a fifth of Jack. 5:30, I was having the bag.
Getting through this pandemic okay with my buddies Johnny Walker and Jose.
Wasting no time, wasting away.
Threw out his wallet.
I drank today.
Yo no veo.
drank today. Had a little Merlot with dinner. Shot a street ball to chase it back.
Cuddled up with the cord Cuervo, and all in black.
Started with a red eye and the crack on noon, moved on. The pub night and a quarter till 2. Yeah. Pockets of a six-pack and a half a fifth of Jack. At past 5, I was having the bag.
Get through this pandemic okay. Little the tears and going cruising.
Wasting up time, wasting away. I drank today.
Oui, c'est vous aujourd'hui. C'est vous, très bien aujourd'hui. Salut.
I may survive this corona, but I'm pretty sure my liver ain't gonna. That's just the price I'll pay.
I drank today.
It started with a red eye and the crack on
Shot a street ball and a quarter till 2.
I was on the six-pack and I have a good return.
At past 5, I was having the bag.
I'm getting through this pandemic, okay. But help from Captain Morgan and Chardonnay.
Wasting on time, wasting away.
And I drank today. I drank today. I drank today.
All right. I love it.
I love that, man. There you go, Steve.
We need a drink, Scotty.
Exactly.
I know.
Wait,
It's
so
funny that
about Steven.
Well, I feel a little guilty. First of all, you had Joe on a couple minutes ago talking about how he spent the pandemic, delivering food to the elderly and the first responders.
You're
and I'm
writing
drinking songs. Yeah. Go figure it out.
Listen, they both help regardless, in their own way. The song just helped because it made me feel better about all the drinking we've been doing. So listen.
Yeah, I saw the interview with Blake Shelton on the Tonight Show with Fallon.
Fallon, yeah.
He was wearing that hat, and my wife was sitting next to me on the couch because every morning we go through YouTube and scream at people and stuff like that. And she said, hey, that sounds like a song. And I literally had the song written like 2 hours later.
Wow.
So then I sent it to a friend of mine who tracked the thing and got me the music for it. And then, we started putting out the call for friends of us to contribute lines to the thing. So I built the thing, and now if you guys are like big deals in New York, if you can get the song to Fallon or to Blake Shelton, that'd be great.
I've been working on getting Fallon on our show. I'm going to make that happen. I keep emailing, but we'll see. We'll get him on. I'm going to get him on. And listen, bud, we were talking earlier, Suk, and I said, hey, Steve, do you take requests? Because our viewers, they love to throw songs at everybody. But he says, he as a songwriter, it's mostly original stuff. So I wanted to listen. We're going to put him to work, right? Because you got to work when you're on this show. And Steve, the floor is yours. I'm going to put you up full, bud, and just play your heart out, my friend.
All right, so I didn't know if I should do another drinking song,
whatever you want,
or do something.
I
decided I'm gonna spend this since you had Joe on being altruistic. I'm gonna do something altruistic here, and I'm gonna tell you about my granddaughter Scarlett.
Oh, Scarlett,
she's 7 years old. She's in a wheelchair because she has a thing called spinal muscular atrophy, and which is a type of MD. She is brilliant. She is smart. She is very, very articulate. She is funny. And a few years ago, I was looking at her and I said, man, the thing she could have accomplished if only it hadn't been for this. And then I caught myself and said, she can still accomplish it. She just needs a little help. So I wrote a song, and it's so serious, this song. It's a promise I made, and I had it tattooed on my arm.
Wow.
And it says, I will walk for you.
Oh,
so it's my promise to her. And this song has really kind of gone viral. It got like 500,000 hits on Facebook when I first put it out as a video. And so it's become kind of a rallying cry, and my wife and I raised $1 million for a playground for all kids, and so we've used this song as kind of our promise to her.
Go ahead, my friend.
Every journey starts with baby steps you never take. You don't need your legs when you make a leap of faith. So open up your mind, let your heart take flight. Look around, you'll find I'm right here by your side. I will walk for you. I will crawl. I will climb for you. The highest mountaintop, and I will carry you on my hands and knees. I will walk for you if you'll fly for me. I believe the strength you need is in your soul. The world is at your feet when you leave it far below. There's nothing you can't do when you brave the fight. I'll bear the weight for you if you spread your wings and fly, and I will walk for you. I will crawl, I will climb for you, the highest mountaintop, and I will carry you on my hands and knees. I will walk for you if you fly for me. There's nothing we can't do, 'cause I swear I'll be there for you. I will walk for you. I will crawl. I will climb for you, the highest mountaintop, and I will carry you on my hands and knees. I will walk for you if you fly for me. If you fly for me. Fly for me.
That's beautiful, Stephen.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That was amazing. That was awesome.
Thank you so much. So
That
if
was
you want to
awesome.
check it out, by the way, I should have sent you the address on this. It's scarletsmile.org. So Scarlet's just got one T in it, scarletsmile.org.
Okay. Well,
ScarletSmile.org. That was great.
Yep.
Hey,
Learn
Steve,
a
let
little
me,
bit more about Scarlett and the project.
let me ask you a question, because I'm a huge Nashville fan. We go twice a year. We were supposed to go in July. That's obviously probably not going to happen now. But did you do a lot of playing, like on Broadway and those bars, doing your stuff?
Well, I that was never really my focus to do as you say, the cover songs and things like that. Although the last year or so I started learning them. So I have a bunch of friends who do play on Broadway, and so I usually, when I'm in town, I sit in with them, doing a half an hour long set with them when I'm in town.
Yeah.
And I do the only original songwriter show on Broadway. It happens every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. at Whiskey Bent Saloon.
Okay.
And it's the only actual show where songwriters actually write. So if you're out on a Sunday morning when this whole madness ends and they're back to business, I'm actually scheduled to do one, I think, the first week of June.
wow.
But I don't think we're going to be open, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we usually start drinking around 11, so that probably would work out. It works out beautifully.
Why so late? If you don't start drinking early in the day, you can't drink all day.
I tell Suki all that, Suk, this Broadway in Nashville, there's got to be 300 bars.
You're telling me it's my playground. I need.
Your place, but each bar is nicer than the next. They've got three or four stories each, and there's a band and an artist on each one. So no matter where if you have one drink in each place throughout the day, by 2 o'clock you're hammered. If you're still walking by 6, everybody sounds like Robert Plant, for God's sakes. It's amazing.
It's a great plan. My loft is a block off Broadway, so I can get down there and back fast. So come visit me. You guys are both invited.
Oh, definitely, Stephen. That'd be amazing. But so many people are just like, really responding, and they want to hear another song. So I don't know if you can play another original
Suk, you heard what he said. He said he did learn some covers while he was on Broadway.
All right.
You want a cover
Steve,
song?
You got to hit us with at least one.
All right, let me. I'm going to have to call up my music sheet though in order to get this right here. So,
Scott,
all right, take your time.
he's only had one song on repeat. Why don't we get drunk and screw?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna get you. Let's see.
I don't even need the
since I'm trying to get Blake Shelton to call me back, I'll do one of his songs.
All right, let's do it.
All right, beautiful.
Awesome.
And this song is actually Blake Shelton's song, but it's actually written by a couple friends of mine, a guy named J.T. Harding, who is actually from Michigan.
Oh,
one
wow.
of the killer songwriters in Nashville, and a guy named Trevor Rosen, who's with the group Old Dominion. So the two of them, and I think another person wrote this, and then Blake Shelton made it a hit, and it's called Sangria.
Sangria.
You're crashing into me like waves on the coast. Every time we talk, you move in close. Don't want you to stop. Don't want you to stop tonight. We got the last two glasses on a straw hut bar, trying to remember what number we are. String of white lights making your eyes shine tonight. We're buzzing like that no vacancy sign out front. Your skin is begging to be kissed by a little more than the sun. You take my hand in yours, you lean in, and your lips taste like sangria. Your lips taste like sangria. Begging ball dancing down the hallway. Holding your shoes, wearing my shades. We fall against the door, we fall into a wild, warm kiss. We're buzzing like that no vacancy sign out front. Your skin is begging to be kissed by a little more than the sun. You take your hand in yours, you lean in, and your lips taste like sangria. Your lips taste like sangria. Only thing I want to do to you tonight is drink you like a Spanish wine and let this head of mine keep spinning around. We're buzzing like that no vacancy sign out front. Your skin is begging to be kissed by a little more than the sun. You take my hand in yours, you lean in, and your lips taste like sangria. Your lips taste like sangria. Only thing I want to do to you tonight is drink you like a Spanish wine and let this head of mine keep spinning around. Boom.
I love it, Stephen. Stephen,
man,
you know, it's so interesting because I don't think I think I vaguely remembered you being into music in New York, like back in 1996, 1997, or was this picked up later? I'm trying to remember.
No, I was actually really into it before I went to New York.
Wow.
And they had a big meeting upstairs at Black Rock.
Oh.
When I went to CBS.
Those meetings, we were talking about those meetings.
Yeah.
And they called me and they said, Stephen, we like your music and you're very talented. I said, well, thank you so much. Yeah, we don't think it's the right image for a New York news anchor to be doing country music.
Oh, God.
So that was it. I didn't do any music publicly in New York for the 4 years I was there. So
it's so
wow. And I'll tell you, it'd be so different today, right? If you were an anchor here now, you know, everybody does 5 different other things now. So it probably would have asked you, hey, can you make more appearances, you know, doing some singing?
Can I be a part of your show? It could be the Scott Suki Stevens show. I got the right letter.
Absolutely.
Come on, Stephen. You know it.
Triple S. Listen, a lot of women are writing. They can't believe you're a grandpa, for God's sakes.
Listen, I want to tell the ladies he was this good looking back when I met him when I was 25 years old, and it has not changed. Meanwhile, his wife is one of the most beautiful women I ever saw. This beautiful, tall woman from, and if I'm correct, from New Zealand. Am I still correct?
She is. From New Zealand. She's sitting over here, so I'll see if I can talk her into coming over, leaning into the shot.
Yeah, bring her on. Come on.
She says no. She says.
I remember like Stephen walking into a Christmas party or something. This tall, beautiful brunette walked in, and I was like, aren't they? Is this like the most beautiful couple I've ever seen? I mean, it was.
Yeah, she is definitely a beautiful New Zealander, and she said she can't come over here because she's starting a protest. I think right now, she owns a salon here in our hometown around Detroit. And she employs 25 people, so it's a pretty big salon. And unfortunately, our governor here, who looks well coiffed in all her news conferences, somehow doesn't believe salons are necessary.
Right.
So we don't know when she can get to open again. So in the meantime, she's pushing all of these people because human nature. You're going to get your hair cut. You're going to get your hair colored. People aren't going to sit there and say, "Well, the governor says I got to have a skunk line down my head, so I'm going to have a skunk."
Yeah, exactly.
So they're going to get it done. So they're starting. She's going to kill. They're all going. She says they're all going underground. They're going to start moving into the basement salons and the garage salons, and the governor won't have any say over it. And they're going to lose the tax revenue, and people are going to. So she's going to kill. Our governor is going to kill the beauty industry right here in Michigan.
It's so interesting to see all of that because New York is still, the numbers are still where they are. It's kind of like stagnating. It hasn't gone down, and of course we've been sort of ground zero once again for another situation that is so dire. And so, it's just interesting to see how everybody else is going to be kind of dealing because 40 states in the great United States will be open by the end of Sunday.
It won't be Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. Won't be.
And so, Connie, you obviously are finding someplace to get your hair done because you look fabulous.
Oh, well, thank you, Stephen. This is just called my ass has fallen, but my hair is still staying dark.
Steve, her husband does it after he cleans up the house. Don't let
I heard he had a dustbuster a little while ago. So what's he doing out there?
Screw with the face. The face is still good. That's what it is.
Stephen, listen, man, thank you so much for jumping on. We'd love to have you back one of these days.
You just send me the note and I'll be there. Matter of fact, we're trying to get my daughter Hillary.
Yes, let's do that.
I know she's a phenomenal singer. I mean, if I had her voice or she had my drive, one of us would be famous.
Put her on. Let's get her on.
We tried to get her on, but she needed more notice than like 2 hours, and she said, "Man, I can't. I need to practice. I need to, So we'll get her on if you'll have her back. I'll get her on.
Oh, absolutely.
Scarlett's mother too, so she's. Besides, having Scarlett and dealing with that, she has time to put together a phenomenal, YouTube reel of songs and just a phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, we love it, bud. We love it. Thank you so much. I mean, that was great.
Stephen Clark,
thank you. Appreciate it.
True gentleman. There's a few only in this industry, and he is one of them. God bless
you so much.
Steve, when we do get to Nashville, there will be tequila in your loft flowing. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Thank you, my friend.
See you there.
Please send everybody.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Okay, Stephen.
Oh, bye. What happened? There he goes. Sook, that was great. Just great.
Can I tell you something? God, there's so many people that we meet in the industry, but this guy, he's one of the real ones. He's one of the genuine ones, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, what a terrific voice too. Wow, great voice. You know me, I'm a connoisseur of that stuff, and boy, he's got a voice.
And don't you love that song? The song that's going viral right now.
Oh, yeah, I drank today. Yeah, no, that was great. Listen, that song is great. The song, the original song he played was great.
Scarlett, yeah.
Yeah, no, I got into that stuff.
Once again,
boy, we fooled them for another hour.
It's www.scarlettsmile.org.
Yeah, hold on. I just had it up. There you go.
There you go. www.scarlettsmile.org, everybody. So if you want to, if you kind of want to hear and find out what the mission that Stephen and his family have been doing, trying to raise awareness, please definitely go there. He's a wonderful man. His family's wonderful. And hopefully we'll get his daughter on there.
And Sharon Cooper says that's stuck in my head. I'm going to be singing it all night. And let's see. Thank you, Stephen, for your entertainment. Here's what Suki's the best.
Thank you,
Gotta
Meyer.
throw in a Suki's the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
By the
Meyer.
way, Suki, I don't want to brag, but while we were doing this particular show, I was also on Worldwide tonight at 7 on the WWE Network doing my this week.
Scotty, you definitely beat me today. You were worldwide. You were across the globe.
Yeah,
and I am here on Facebook tonight with you.
37 countries, Suk. I don't like to brag. But listen, I can't even. This show is just blowing up. It's unbelievable, Suk. I know you and I. We started doing this, right? We're like, hey, let's go do a little podcast, and we'll talk, and we'll do some things, and
like everything else, right? You know, we're not giving up.
Yeah.
You know what? We're not giving up our fans. I mean, I think it's just about lending an ear to give people a sense and a nugget to to kind of make them escape for a little bit and smile and laugh and like form a little community where it's kind of we're like in our own little bubble here for an hour, and that's a protective bubble of fun.
Listen, before we go, all right, I know because I put on our post that this show also include bathing bears. And we can't leave until I give you
bears. Put the bears up. Bears.
Bathing bears.
Bears.
So the title of this one is Because Most Things Suck Right Now. Please enjoy 1 minute of this bathing bear.
Oh my God! Look at how happy that bear is.
Watch this.
This bear is so happy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this bear. You know what? So many of us want to be like the bear.
How great is that?
I mean, it's like a woman, like in there, like in a bed. He's got his toy, he's got his log, he's chillaxing. How did they get all these different angles of the bear? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, they must have set up the camera, right? Because they knew the bear would come by. Look at him.
Wow.
Look at him. It's almost like a person.
That's what I mean. It looks like, like whenever you get in a hot tub, not that I have a hot tub, but when you're in there and relaxing. Scotty,
it's amazing. I always say it's amazing that bear, as cute as he is, at one swipe, they take you out, right? Like they're so dangerous, but they're so friggin' cute.
Mike, get it. If there's a bear outside, and if somebody's like, go outside, take a picture of it. Hell no, I'm not going outside. I'm not going. When I see a coyote, a dog, no, a rabid dog, no.
Sue.
Brooklyn Joe on the show. Who's Brooklyn Joe? You need to inform me.
I don't know. Who's Brooklyn Joe? I mean, if that's Joe Ganascoli, he was on earlier. You missed it. You got to go back and watch.
Is there another Brooklyn Joe we need to know about?
I don't know. I don't know who Brooklyn is. Probably 8,000 Brooklyn Joes.
Listen, Joseph, we need more information. So please put that out there. If there's somebody that we need to get in touch with that you find entertaining, Scott and I really do our best to kind of find those people and peel back the layers. So do it. Help us out. Help us. Help you.
Yes. All right. Yeah, Jerry. All right, Suk. What day is this? What are we at?
Friday. Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday. All right. We're 3 days away from your big debut, huh?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous. I got it all here. You know how you got it all in control. We're all in control. Live TV, rock and rolling.
Before we go, because we were doing this at the top and then Joe joined us, give me one of those questions that you put out today that the contestants on this show need, you'd like them to answer.
So what is the craziest place that you've ever had sex?
Craziest place I've ever had sex would have to be, and of course I'm going back to like college era day, because the craziest place I've had sex, craziest place. Yeah. I've had sex. I think the craziest place was in a movie theater, believe it or not. in college, in a movie theater. Well, you know what happened? We went to see, I remember my girlfriend and I went to see a movie in college.
Okay.
And there was nobody there was no one really in the theater. There were like 2 other people down in like the front area.
Okay.
We were in the back. The movie was so bad. I forgot even what movie it was.
So bad was it, Scotty?
Oh, it was so bad, Sook. We just had sex right there in the theater. Yeah, those were the good old days, my friend.
Now you'd have tubing it and putting it on, online or something like that.
Yeah, no. What was one other question?
Do you have any sex toys in your bedroom?
Sex toys? Well, I don't per se. I'm not saying somebody else doesn't, but I personally don't. That's all I'm going to say about that, in the words of Forrest Gump. I mean, let's just say, I don't have anything happening, but somebody else.
Meanwhile, you're like, oh, what is this? What is that?
Dude, does this count?
If you have to insert,
does this count right here?
Anyway, the show is we're not naughty, or it's like we're getting naughty. But anyway, the show is a little naughty. Well, we don't go there. It's not ratchet. It's fun, sexy, cute. Listen,
you're also on 11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock at night. It's adult time. It's TLC. I mean, it's going to be tasteful, trust me, and it's going to be fun. Nothing but fun. If you like laughing, we'll all laugh together. In the meantime, we'll try and find some love because, quite frankly, love is the only thing that's going to help us get through this pandemic. Really, love is the only thing that's going to be able to connect us.
Love is the answer. Love. So, it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, let you in on a little secret. We had no guests for this show at about 6:45.
Scotty, I was like, Steven, I need you.
By 7 o'clock, we had a show. Is this how they do it on the late night show, Sook?
It's every night. It's just hysterical sometimes. I'm like, okay, who do we know? Who do we know?
Yeah, right. Let's get them in.
We got a great show tomorrow, right?
Actually, here's the thing with tomorrow. That guy Luke, remember that guy Luke?
Elliot.
Luke Elliott is over in Norway. He's supposed to join us tomorrow night, and it's going to be 1 o'clock Norway time. But we'll see what happens. They confirmed, that his 1 o'clock in the morning over there is fine. He's got a new album coming out, I think tomorrow or Monday.
I mean, from the Rolling Stone and all that kind of stuff. So I would assume that he'd be excited to play some music for us on a Friday night. He's sitting in Norway, in the city. That'd be beautiful, sexy. We need some sexy.
He's in Norway.
Yeah.
What, we need more sexy on this show? What are you saying? Isn't this enough?
We need more sexy.
Oh, God. Well, I think we've reached our apex, no?
Yeah, we have reached our apex. Scotty, I think
I've shown you everything I could possibly show you at this particular time.
I know.
All right, babe. Listen, we wrap it up. We fooled them again. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Love you, Scotty. Love you, everybody. Take care.
Good night, everybody. We love you.
TGIF. What is it, Cinco de Mayo still?
The Suki de Mayo was the other day. Well, you weren't here. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, stay in touch with yourself. Bye-bye.